As promised, here we are. We are taking out the Mach 1 to see how well it handles. Remember, I promised you guys a video versus the 2020, how well it's going to handle. We're going to go out with a couple buddies to Mexico, a couple supercars, and we're going to take it around some turns to see how it does. What's up, buddy? So we're driving home from Mexico. Couple of things that I want to talk about the Mach 1 in comparison to the GT500. I said it on several videos that, or prior videos, that the Mach 1 seemed like it handled close or maybe just a little bit better than the base GT500. After you know, going around a couple of turns, I will tell you that I'm going to retract that statement. The base model GT500 still handles better than the Mach 1. I thought that with the power on the GT500 and this one here being a little bit more down-tuned, it was just going to handle a little bit better, but that's not the case. At a certain speed, the front of the car feels a little floaty on this car. Does it handle well? Absolutely. Did it get to the point where I felt like it was you know, a little bit off? I'm sorry, a little bit nice and grippy? Absolutely. You know, it felt great. However, it just, the front did feel a little floaty at a certain speed. But you know, in the end, I got a chance to drive it. It feels good. It's a nice car for what it is. The handling package is very nice. I mean, I personally like it. I'm going to keep this car around for a while, so at least that's the plan anyhow. But again, it's just at a certain speed, I just felt like the engineering that went into the 2020 GT500 just is above and beyond this Mach 1, and it fits just well, just like Ford said. You know, they didn't make this car to try to be, you know, better than the GT500. They just, you know, they grabbed the GT350 parts, GT500 parts, Performance Pack 2 parts, and they created the Mach 1. So, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, it's an in-between car. You know, the power's there, it handles well, and it's there. It's perfect. You know, so am I impressed? Absolutely. Do I recommend somebody that, you know, track this car? Absolutely. You know, it's all, you know, they say that too much power is actually counterproductive. So I feel like this car has the right amount of power. I feel like it handles well, looks good, absolutely looks good. And why not? I mean, it's definitely not $100,000 car. So, you know, you do find some markups with the car, but that doesn't, I mean, you can, if you look around, shop around, you'll have a good deal. I mean, you'll find a good deal. But you know, the manual, the Tremec, the car just, it felt great. It ran great. But you know, again, I think I'm going to put to rest the comparison to the 2020 GT500. It's just there's really no comparison. The 2020 is just an amazing machine. It's the DCT. It's above and beyond better than the manual, in my opinion, as far as control of the car, the shift points. You know, now the manual is fun, don't get me wrong, but still, you know, I'm always been a true manual guy, and I can tell you now that after driving a DCT, I prefer a DCT over a manual. You know, I'd like to have this manual. I like to, you know, shift gears. I love to play with it, but at the same time, you know, to have fun in a track, you know, setup, I think I prefer the DCT, in my opinion. So, you know, again, some people might bash me for that, but in the end, you know, drive one, see for yourself. You know, I highly recommend, if you can, you know, somehow drive a GT500 with the DCT, and you can, you know, more or less, either you're going to confirm what I'm saying, obviously, or you're going to say, no, I still like the manual better. But the DCT just feels like a manual with the shifts extremely fast. So another couple of things that I'm going to point out real quick that I noticed between the difference between the GT500 and this car is when you're switching through the modes. On the GT500, you can put it on sport mode and still put the suspension on track mode. On this one here, you have to go, sports goes with sport, track goes with track. The only thing you can do is change the steering comfort level, whether it's sport, comfort, or normal. But you can't change the suspension to track when you have the mode in sport. On my GT500, I could have it on sport mode, but switch over the suspension setup to track mode. So it definitely is something that I noticed. Also, this car with the active exhaust, it's more like the GT. It doesn't have the mode switch for the active exhaust, so that's another different thing I noticed. But beyond that, I mean, everything pretty much setup wise seems about the same. So anyhow, so we're gonna leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it, and if you have any questions in regards to this car, I'll gladly share it with you. So we'll see you on the next one.